That leads to our fourth question. What would that actually look like for Sarah? What would a shared department look like? Here's the first thing that needs to happen. Sarah does not need to hire 8 people. She needs to buy access to the people she needs. And so let's make that simple. I'll give you an example. You don't own a power plant, but when you flip a switch, the light comes on. That's because you use a shared system. The system has trained people. It has backup equipment. It has extra capacity and someone available when something breaks. Now, marketing isn't electricity, but the basic idea is simple. Sarah does not need to own every part of the system. She needs to know the system will work when she needs it. Continuing with that analogy, your power bill pays for 2 things. First, the system being ready, and second, the power you actually use. And so this idea works here as well. Sarah pays for the team to be ready. That includes the people, the tools, the planning, the backup, and the management. Then she pays for a set amount of the team's time. It's 2 simple ideas, ready and used. We already buy other services this way. A company can buy a share of a plane instead of owning the whole plane. It could use cloud computing instead of building its own data center. It could use an outside human resource company instead of hiring every type of human resource expert. Now, comparisons aren't perfect, but the reason is the same. Some skills are expensive and you need them. You just don't need every one of them full time. So now we can name the problem and the solution. Sarah rents part of a complete media department instead of hiring the whole department herself. The same team comes back each month. They help with planning, making, publishing, press, and reporting. The industry calls it fractional. A fraction of the team, a fraction of the cost, with a complete system behind it. To get there, most companies move through 4 stages. At first, the owner does the marketing. Then the company hires a person and buys a few outside services. That is where Sarah is now. The next step is a shared access to a larger department. And later, if the company becomes big enough, it can hire the whole team itself. Sarah does not need the final step yet. She needs the right next step. And what would that get Sarah? Sarah could keep Maya, and that's important. Maya understands the company. She knows the people. She knows the customers. Well, what changes is that Maya no longer has to do everything alone. She has video people, social people, press people, design people, and someone helping manage the calendar. That means Maya moves from doing every job to leading the work. Now let's talk about what the bill pays for. The bill should be easy to understand. There is a one-time cost to get everything set up. There's a monthly cost to keep the team ready. There's a set amount of team time, say for Sarah. And if Sarah needs something extra, she sees the cost before she agrees. So there's no mystery, there's no surprise invoices, no promise that everything is somehow included forever. So if you're buying a fraction of a service, what is that share worth? Well, first let's talk about what is a share. A share is a set number of work hours across the team with Sarah's name on them. In this example, that number is 50 hours a month. Not 50 hours from one person, 50 hours from the right people. Maybe one month needs more video, another month needs more writing, another month needs fresh support. Sarah is not buying one employee, she's buying access to the team. And there has to be a real limit. In this example, if 13 companies can be served properly, the provider cannot quietly add a 14 and hope nobody notices. So there are different sizes. Not every company needs the same amount of help. One company may need support on one main channel. Another may need social media, video reporting, and planning every month. A larger company may need campaigns, events, press, and faster services. The prices should match how much of the team the company is using. That is much easier to understand than one giant promise called full service. So the same money, but better jobs. So now we can return to Sarah's budget. She's currently spending, let's say, $13,000 each month. On the right side of this slide, she spends the same amount. She still keeps Maya. She still has marketing support, but now the work is connected. Maya becomes the director instead of the person chasing every deadline. Outside costs are brought together. Specialists still sit behind her. And there's still money left to help people who actually see the work. So the budget does not move, but what the budget buys changes.